name is Jennifer. I'm 25 and mixture of white, Native American, blah, blah, blah stuff.
Zach, 18, white.
My name is Samuel Broadus. I am 22 and I'm Caucasian.
Emily, 20 and human but possibly half-elf.
Name Kal-El Peterson, age 25, race Caucasian.
Jared Workman, 17, Caucasian.
Melissa Sayre, 24, Caucasian. I'm a white girl.
Name Shaw Qureshi. I am 20 years old and I am Caucasian.
Asher Circa, 29, Caucasian.
I'm a monster. Rawr.
A nerd is someone who belongs to a kind of fandom. Of course, there are different kinds of fandoms, but as long as you're a big fan of anything, you can be a nerd of it.
Someone who enjoys the oddities that most people would not do, or just that are unique.
Somebody who is extraordinarily enthusiastic about a particular subject or topic.
Nerd means playing video games, comic books, anime, liking those things or participating in those things.
One who expresses a passionate interest in something having to do with counterculture?
A nerd is anyone that enjoys generally perceived to be geeky things. D&D, WoW, video games, etc. I don't mean video games like Call of Duty, I mean video games like Final Fantasy or Hide Light or some weird stuff like that.
Nerd is somebody who's passionate about something that they do, usually considered somewhat offbeat, and in something that is not necessarily socially acceptable.
Probably my dad and his love for all things Ari Salvatore.
It was just one of those things yeah, I'm a nerd. I'm not quite certain what that happened, but I'm a nerd.
Nintendo, playing games with my stepfather.
I blame my parents because, well, they really are kind of nerds. I grew up in a house with a lot of books, and I grew up in the Society of Creative Anachronism, which some people consider nerds and some almost socially acceptable now. It's medieval recreation. I started it when I was 4. I can't remember a time I wasn't it.
I would definitely have to say Spyro.
Well, my dad and I would play PlayStation, typical video games and Pokemon, but, anime and video games and just everything about it, all the people have just brought me into it even more.
At least with the reading, that's been something that's been with me my entire life. My great-grandmother encouraged me to read with things like video games, with LARP. It was generally friends that brought me into those. I was a little kid and wanted a Sega, so I could play Sonic because all of my friends enjoyed it. It seemed like it was fun. I played video games at their houses and wanted to pursue it.
All my life?
Does the womb count?
Since I can remember.
I started playing video games on an Apple IIe when I was like 4 to 6 years old, something like that.
Probably since I was somewhere between 5 and 8, back when I first saw like Dragon Ball Z, stuff like that. Anime really caught my attention as a kid.
I've been a nerd, honestly, as long as I can remember, because I've always liked to read, and especially in this area, that's seen as something that is uncommon.
Since middle school.
It's that time of the night, we turn on the black light, let the Dungeons and the Dragons begin. It's D&D, fighting with the legends of yore.
current nerd hobbies is League of Legends and video gaming in general, along with cosplay.
A PC gamer. I really do enjoy playing League of Legends. I am in the SCA.
Writing languages, doing SCA, archery, writing fantasy novels.
Current nerd hobbies, mostly gaming. I occasionally get to do LARP, live action role play in the park. Other than that, I don't get to do a whole lot other than read.
Video games would be probably the primary one, but gaming in general, anything from D&D to, well, there's people LARPing behind me.
Playing WoW, World of Warcraft, and just watching anime, any good anime, and just coming down here and having interesting topic conversations.
I do LARPing. I'm getting started in SCA. I DM for several campaigns in a Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 setting, and I play in another campaign. I actually play video games just about every day, believe it or not, ranging from stuff like Dark Souls to Final Fantasy to Sims, just about anything, really. Used to read comic books, read a lot of anime, manga, or read a lot of manga, watch a lot of anime, stuff like that. The activities I do, they'll let you do a lot of self-expression while also getting to be something you wish you were. In D&D, I can be a Gallivant Knight. I'm not a Gallivant Knight, I'm just a 17-year-old kid. Let you be yourself on not being yourself. It's really a beautiful thing.
It's absolutely freeing. You have the option to be ridiculously, childishly passionate about something, and people don't judge you as much.
I'm a barbarian!
A barbarian?
People can try to call me a nerd, but it wouldn't offend me or anything.
Sometimes yes, but it's not really something to worry about.
Absolutely, high school. In my high school, nerds, and in particular anyone interested in the arts, which were largely the same group, were marginalized because the focus in my high school, like much of this area, is on athletics. So if you weren't an athlete, if you weren't one of the people that was interested in the main focus of the school socially, you were more or less a second-class citizen in school.
In high school, I was beat up for cosplay because back then it's not a big thing.
Yes, I have. It is. And mainly because, like, especially within. Is people have their own social cliques. They see people that they know and that they're comfortable being with by certain qualities. And if you have a quality that they're not comfortable with, they're obviously going to shun you. So if I spend most of my time sitting on my butt, playing video games, they're not going to like that very much because no one else in their world does.
Yes, I would say most people have, and you can see sports people would pick on me because, well, I wasn't terribly athletic. However, on the other side of that, I can say that I've probably done similar to individuals that are really into sports that were, in my opinion, extraordinarily unintelligent.
I've had people try to do it, and usually they're small-minded, petty individuals who don't have the imagination to fill an egg cup. But honestly, I personally, okay, you can say that. You can, call her the nerd, call her a geek, weirdo, everything like that. But really, honestly, what you're saying is that I'm okay to be me, and you don't feel okay to be you.
Copious teasing in grade school and high school. And, well, if you the basement, you know that there are windows all around, and it's a collection of large nerds, and we tend to get looked at like zoo animals, so it's kind of a daily thing, actually.
I never really got along with the people that made me feel like less of a person for being a nerd in the first place, so it didn't bug me to say, okay, won't see you again.
Lack of understanding between different people. Different people view different things as important or unimportant, and people tend not to be terribly accepting of people who don't share their point of view.
I sneak into place behind Hunk and unsheath my dagger.
Just your dagger?
Good point. I'll use my sword.
Even with triple damage, it's not gonna kill a guy Hunk size.
Wait. I have a better idea.
Well, that's 264 points of damage. You splatter Hunk all over the common room. The patrons shriek in horror and run out of the inn, occasionally slipping in the blood and entrails. You're now alone in a room that looks like a vat of beef stroganoff exploding.
Cool.
I have, actually. It's even gotten to the point where I've had to look at my own brother and go, just because you play Call of Duty does not make you better than me. It doesn't, no.
You ever met a person that watches Doctor Who religiously, and then you don't watch Doctor Who? Yeah.
Even more so, actually, in the same way I just explained with people protecting their own fandom. They want people who are like them in their cliques. So if you say people who play Dota, which is a game like people who play League, if you have people who hardcore play Dota, they obviously don't want people who hardcore play League in their group because they're different games and they're rivals.
Less frequently, but sometimes. It's within the culture, I feel like it's more of a one-upmanship thing. Oh, you like this, but you haven't liked it as long as I have, and so it's less vindictive within nerd culture, but it does exist.
If I don't watch a particular anime or play a certain video game, then yes.
No.
I get because I look like I do, is guys going, what are you doing here? Why are you here? Why aren't you at the mall? It's almost like they feel like I'm patronizing them. A few years ago I went to SharkCon, which is a gaming convention in Charleston, West Virginia, and I got I dressed up as a demon because, you know, demons are in D&D. And basically I got either, can I take your picture? Because, oh my god, there's a girl here. Or, why are you here? What are you doing here? I'm buying dice. But couldn't you be somewhere else? Like the mall or something? I could, but that's not as fun.